Namaskar. Welcome to the part number 7 in lesson number 15 under chapter number 2. So far, in the part 1 to 6, we discussed about the steps to be followed in analyzing the birth chart. In the last part, we discussed about the tables to be used in the birth chart analysis and DBA chart analysis. In this part number 7, I'm going to explain you about the important points in respect to the key planets in DBA analysis. Important points to be kept in mind during the DBA analysis. What are they? The first one is the importance of the destiny and the role of destiny key planets in the Dasa Lord. The destiny planet is fixing the limit of the prospects for an event of a native. Destiny planet means the primary cuspal rulers of the house. In that, cuspal lord, cuspal star lord, and cuspal sublord are the rulers of the primary house. For example, for the event of marriage, 7th cuspal lord, cuspal star lord, and cuspal sublord are the rulers. For example, for the event of progeny, 5th cuspal lord, 5th cuspal star lord, and 5th cuspal sublord are the rulers of the particular primary house. They are holding the destiny prospects. Normally, all the rulers of the primary house for an event, they will combinedly offer the destiny prospects. In that, the cuspal sublord is most important. That is the result-giving planet of the particular event. Now, based on the limit fixed by the primary cuspal ruler, especially the cuspal sublord, the destiny prospects is fixed. Within the limit fixed by the primary cuspal sublord, that destiny, that native is going to experience. Within the limit only, the Dasa Lord's results also going to be experienced by the native. Beyond the limit fixed by the destiny planet, that native will not experience. Even the Dasa Lord is more favorable within the limit decided by the destiny planet for the particular event, that Dasa Lord can give the results. That you have to keep it in mind. So the destiny, that is cuspal sublord, importantly, the cuspal sublord is the destiny planet. Within the limit fixed by the destiny, the prospects for an event of a native is going to be present. That you have to keep it in mind. Though all the rulers of the primary cusp for an event is combinedly offering the destiny prospects. As I said, the rulers of the primary cusp is combinedly offering the destiny prospects. The cuspal lord, that is the source, and the cuspal sublord of the primary cusp are important in finding the destiny. So the cuspal lord is source, cuspal sublord is the result. What is given, indicated by the cuspal lord, if it is for the result also, that sublord also promising, if both are favorable, it is going to be very good. So that is the one which we have studied under the destiny also. So the cuspal lord and the cuspal sublord of the primary house are important in finding the destiny. The occupant of a house, primary house is occupied by a planet, that is the tenant of the house, also having some impact on the prospects of the particular event, though it is not the destiny decider, that can afflict that house matters or can further support the house matters, being the occupant of the house. That also you can keep it in mind. And the cuspal sublord of the primary cusp is most important in deciding the destiny level, and that is called destiny planet. I hope you are able to follow. Now, destiny planet is cuspal sublord of the primary house. The destiny planet can have favorable or unfavorable key planets for an event. What are they? if the destiny planet, cuspal sublord of the primary house, is having favorable houses in self-significations, it will be a strong favorable key planet. For example, Jupiter is 7th cuspal sublord. Suppose Jupiter is, for example, it can be Lagna Lord or 4th Lord. If it is Sagittarius Lagna, it can be Lagna Lord or 4th Lord, occupying 5th house, and say, for example, 3, 7, 11 cuspal star Lord. Just for an example, I'm talking about. Cuspal Lordship is 1 and 4, and occupying 5th house, cuspal star Lord is 3, 7, 11, cuspal sublord is 7th house. So, though it is 7th cuspal sublord, it is having favorable houses in self-signification. Only 4 is weak, but it is not detrimental. But on its own, it is having good house grouping in self-significations. So this is going to be a strong, favorable key planet on its own. But sometimes what will happen, the planet can have unfavorable houses. Suppose 7th cuspal sublord, and it can be 4, 8, 12 cuspal star lord, and it can have occupying 10th house, or it can have even 6th sublord also it can have, or it can have some favorable houses. Suppose it can have 5th lord occupying 10th house, 4, 8, 12 star lord, and 7th sublord, or 7 and 6 sublord, or 6, 11 sublord also. It means what? Though it is the authority planet for the primary house matters, in its other self-signification, it can have either favorable. If it is favorable, it is going to be favorable key planet. If it is going to have unfavorable houses, it is going to be a mixed key planet. Though it is important planet, destiny planet on its own can have favorable or it can have mixed houses in self-significations. If it is a favorable, it is going to be a favorable key planet. If it is having mixed significations, it can become mixed key planet for the event. So that we have to keep it in mind. The destiny planet can offer favorable prospects through other favorable key planets directly as its rulers or indirectly as support planets to their rulers, especially at star level and sub level. I will tell you. Suppose Jupiter is the 7th sublord. It is having favorable, or it can have some unfavorable on its own. Suppose, imagine it is having favorable key planets on its own. That source planet itself is a very good key planet for the 7th house matter. That is the destiny planet. Jupiter in the star of, say, for example, Saturn, and say sub of Mercury. So that Jupiter planet, whatever it is having in its self-signification, whether it is going to be further supported by the star Lord Saturn and further supported or favored by the result-giving planet sublord Mercury. If these two planets, if they are favorable, supporting to that key planet of the destiny planet, they are become the favorable key planet, right? Suppose Saturn to a level, Saturn in the star of your planet, Mercury in the star of your planet, sublord, star lord of the sublord. So they also can have some favorable key planets. It means what? The destiny planet can get some additional support or can give its favorable support to the particular event through other rulers. There can be favorable key planets. So if the destiny planet is giving the favorable prospects through other favorable key planets directly as the star lord or sublord, or star lord of the star lord, or star lord of the sublord, or the star lord and sublord can have some supportive houses to the event, but that Saturn may not have strong favorable, but can have some supportive houses for the event of marriage. But Saturn can have in its supports by conjunction, aspect, Rasi Lord and all, if it is having a very good favorable key planets in its supports, that they can support to Saturn and also Mercury. It means what? Through which planets that the destiny planet, it is getting strength to in giving the destiny those key planets are favorable key planets of the destiny. Destiny is becoming favorable through the other key planets, either as their rulers or in supports. I hope you are able to understand. They are called the destiny's favorable key planets. Sometimes what will happen, destiny planet can have unfavorable or not very strong for the particular event. Destiny prospects can be weak or mixed or unfavorable. So through which planets the destiny planet is becoming weaker? Through the star level, sub level, if it is having unfavorable houses, unfavorable key planets, that destiny planet is becoming weaker. Those unfavorable key planets directly playing role, or those unfavorable key planets, strong unfavorable key planets can be in the supports of the star lord and sub lord, influencing the star lord and sub lord. So the destiny planet can offer unfavorable effects through some unfavorable key planets directly. Suppose Saturn can be unfavorable or Mercury can be unfavorable, which are giving unfavorable result to the destiny planet, seventh cuspal sublord. So it means that planets are directly playing as the unfavorable, directly as the unfavorable star lord and sublord, or indirectly as support planets to the rulers. Suppose that seventh sublord itself under the influence of strong unfavorable key planet in its supports. Star lord also can be under the influence of strong unfavorable key planet in supports. Suppose sun is unfavorable planet. It's unfavorable strong key planet for the seventh house matter. Jupiter may be in the sign of sun. Saturn may be aspected by sun, and Mercury may be conjoined with sun. So they are all possible. No, so unfavorable key planet which are influencing the destiny planet, or similarly favorable key planet which are influencing the destiny planet, they are called unfavorable key planets of the destiny or favorable key planets of the destiny. I hope you are able to understand. So destiny favorable key planets can either directly as a ruler or through the supports. They are called destiny's favorable key planets and destiny's unfavorable key planets. The Dasa Lord, which is under the influence of destiny favorable key planets or destiny's unfavorable key planets, will be significantly stronger in giving favorable or unfavorable results, respectively. Here, Jupiter in the star of Saturn and sub of Mercury. Suppose Saturn is favorable for the event of the destiny, supporting to the Jupiter's favorable signification, but Mercury, for example, it is not favoring. So, destiny planet which is favoring the destiny is Saturn. The planet which is reducing the strength of the destiny is, for example, it is Mercury. Suppose that sun is also there in support, is unfavorable, for example. So Mercury is additionally getting the unfavorable support from the sun. So now the favorable key planet of the destiny is Jupiter, because Jupiter itself is favorable key planet, and Saturn, and unfavorable key planet of the destiny is Mercury and the sun. Now, if the Dasa Lord is either can have that Jupiter or Saturn in its rulers, or these Jupiter and Saturn in its supports, Jupiter may be Saturn or maybe in Rasi Lord conjunction aspect to the Dasa Lord or Star Lord or Sub Lord, if it is present, it means Dasa Lord is under the influence of the destiny key planets, favorable key planets. If it is present, the Dasa Lord's favorable strength will be increased. Similarly, the Dasa Lord, if it is having this Mercury and the Sun in its rulers or in supports, its unfavorable strength is going to be increased. I hope you are able to understand the destiny key planet's role in the Dasa Lord. Hence, the influence can either directly playing as rulers of the Dasa Lord or indirectly through supports to its rulers, especially Star Lord and Sub Lord. If there is a connection between the Dasa Lord and the destiny planet, Dasa Lord will give the destiny planets whatever the destiny it is indicating, strongly it will give. Under the influence of the destiny that dasa is going to give. That is going to be standard. If the destiny's key planets is also playing role in the dasa lord, the influence is going to be more. I hope you are able to understand. Now, second point, the role of key planets of the dasa lord in the Buddhi lord, that is quilt connection. In the first point, I was explaining you about the role of key planets of the destiny planet in the dasa lord. Now, the role of the key planets of the dasa lord in the Buddhi lord, that is called step number 7, that is quilt connection. The role of key planets of the dasa lord in Buddhi lord. The role of favorable or unfavorable key planet of the dasa lord will be significant in supporting the Buddhi lord. Suppose the Buddhi lord is favorable for an event. That Buddhi lord is having the influence from the dasa lord's favorable key planets. That Buddhi lord will be strongly supporting to the dasa lord. The dasa lord, the Buddhi lord can be supportive for the event. Suppose if it is not having the key planets of the dasa lord's influence, then its support under that dasa lord will not be so significant. That is called a Pilti connection that we already discussed. Now, the favorable Buddhi lord can have either the dasa lord's favorable key planets in its rulers directly or in its supports, especially in star lord and sublord. As we discussed for the destiny key planet in dasa lord, the same way dasa lord's key planet, favorable key planet, in case if it is favorable, it can be playing role in the Buddhi lord directly as the star lord or sublord or star lord of the star lord or star lord of the sublord directly, or in its supports, especially at the star level and sub level. If the dasa lord planet itself is a favorable key planet, its role will be important in Buddhi lord. This we have to keep it in mind. Suppose dasa lord itself is a strong favorable key planet. Definitely the Buddhi lord, which is having the influence of the dasa lord's key planet, will be strongly supportive for the event, provided that Buddhi lord also should be supportive for the event, especially for the event of major events, life events like marriage, childbirth, abroad travel, etc. This role will be significant or important. The role of destiny planet, cuspal sublord of the primary cusp, and the key planets of the dasa lord in the Buddhi lord will give significant strength. In the previous point, I was telling about the key planets of the dasa lord, key planet of the destiny. Destiny key planet, I was telling that. In that destiny planet itself, cuspal sublord of the primary cusp can be a key planet on its own, or star lord sublord can be a favorable key planet of the dasa lord. Destiny planet. So the destiny planets, key planets, and the key planets of the dasa lord in the Buddhi, if it is present, it will give significant strength. Suppose Buddhi lord can be having the destiny planet, cuspal sublord of the primary cusp, and the key planets of the dasa lords also, it is playing role in the Buddhi lord as the rulers, till automatically become more stronger for the event, right? But sometimes the role of cuspal sublord planet or the key planet of the dasa lord in the Buddhi lord could be limited in the following conditions. So you know that cuspal sublord of the primary house, if it is playing role in the Buddhi lord, especially at the star level and sub level, because that is the destiny planet, that role is important in fructification of the event. It can be playing role directly as the ruler or indirectly as supports. It can be playing role in the rulers of the Buddhi lord. If the Buddhi lord is having both the destiny planet and also the key planets of the dasa lord, it will become significantly, it is stronger. But sometimes what will happen, in some condition, the primary cuspal sublord planet, that is destiny planet, and the key planet of the Dasa Lord in the Bugdila, that is Pilt connection, could be limited in the following conditions. What are the conditions? Suppose if the key planet, if it is a free planet, its role is limited and can play only as sublord for a Bugdilad. Suppose Jupiter is a good key planet, but it is a free planet. So no planet will be in the star of this, that Jupiter. Even the Bugdilad can be favorable for the event. That key planet Jupiter can act as only as the sublord for the Bugdilad, or it can act as the sub-sublord for the Bugdilad. Or its role in support to the Bugdilad will be significant, especially in the primary levels. Suppose if the planet, the key planet, if it is a free planet, its role is limited, it cannot act as the star lord for any planet, because star lord is important. It can act as the sublord or sub-sublord for the Bugdilad. Sometime what will happen? No planet will be in the sub of this free planet. So now in that case, the free planet can give its influence, strong support only by way of support, by Rasi Lord conjunction aspect only, especially through the primary levels. And in second condition, if a planet, it is a lonely planet. What is lonely planet? Which means no planet is in conjunction or aspect with this key planet. Suppose Venus is posted in the sign of Mars, but Venus is not conjoined with any planet, or Venus is not aspected, or Venus is not aspecting to any planet. So it means it's lonely planet. It is not directly giving its influence to other planets. So in that case, that other planets, suppose that planet Venus is a good key planet, its influence will not be will not be on the other planets directly or indirectly, because that can be the lonely planet. No planet will be in conjunction or aspect of that particular planet. Then that role is limited only as support as the planet. Suppose the role is limited as the support planets to the other planets, because it is not having any planet in its supports. Only its Rasi Lord or any planet in its Rasi will have this key planet in supports. For example, as I said, Venus in the sign of Mars. In Aries sign, Venus is posted. So Venus is not conjoined with any planet. Venus is not aspecting to any planet. So no planet will get the direct influence of the Venus. Venus can act as the star lord or sublord for other planet. That is one point. Next point, its role as support is limited because it is not conjoined with or aspecting to any planet. But the which other planets can have the Venus support? The planet which are in the Rasi of Venus. Suppose in the sign of Venus, Taurus or Libra, suppose Saturn is posted. So Saturn will get the influence of the Venus because it is posted in the sign of Venus. Suppose that Venus is in the sign of Mars, as I said. Suppose Venus is in the sign of Mars, Mars will get the support of this Venus. So that lonely planet, through the support, through the sign lord, Mars, and which are the planet in the sign of Venus? Saturn. Mars and Saturn only will get the strong influence of the Venus. Through their Rasi Lord only, that lonely planet can give its influence. So we cannot expect that planet role directly. Suppose the third condition, a planet is a free planet and also a lonely planet. Suppose, as I said, Venus is a free planet and also lonely planet. Venus, no planet in this, not in the star of Venus, and no planet in conjunction to Venus. No planet is aspected by Venus. In that case, Venus role is more limited, and that through the Rasi Lord Mars or in the sign of Venus, Saturn is posted. Saturn only, the planet Bugdi Lord can have the association to the Venus. Suppose Venus is the strong key planet. Suppose Venus is the seventh cuspal sublord key planet, or the key planet of the Dasa Lord is Venus, but it is a free planet. But its role is important because it's a very strong significator. Bukti Lord, we cannot find Venus as the rulers. Or Bukti Lord cannot have the Venus in its supports also. Because Venus is a lonely planet. In that case, Bukti Lord may be having Mars in its supports. Bukti Lord may be in the sign of Mars, may be conjoined with Mars, may be aspected by Mars. So the Bukti Lord planet or star lord or sublord may be under the influence of the Mars or Saturn directly as a ruler or through supports. Through them, that Venus can give the support or its influence to the Bukti Lord. That is also possible, that you have to keep it in mind. So in that case, if you're a free planet and also a lonely planet, that role will not be direct as ruler or in supports also. It can be only through indirect through the Rasi Lord or indirect support planets as discussed under the support planets. If you check in the chapter 1, you can see that I have given. In such cases, in addition to the above, their role can also be through the indirect support planets as discussed under support planets in lesson number 3 under chapter number 1. So as I was explaining this one, and similarly there are indirect supports also there that I have discussed under lesson number 3 under chapter 1. So that we have to keep it in mind. It means what? If a free planet or lonely planet, or a planet itself is both free and lonely planet, if it is a very good key planet of the Dasa Lord or the destiny planet, cuspal sublord of the event, so its role is important in the Bukti Lord, but Bukti Lord may not have them directly appearing as the rulers or in the supports of the rulers, but their role can be through the indirect support planets also, as discussed under the chapter 1, under the chapter 1 lesson number 3. That you have to keep it in mind. We cannot expect the role of the key planets of the Dasa Lords are not directly appearing in the Bukti Lord, so we cannot say it is not going to be strong. So that we have to keep it in mind. In such conditions, we have to keep it in mind. Please note, the Bukti Lord should be favorable for the event through the study following the step 1 to 6. And the step number 7, Pilt connection, that is the role of Dasa Lord's key planets in the Bukti Lord as discussed above will add strength. Just presence of the key planets of the Dasa Lord in the Bukti Lord is not enough. Though it is going to be supportive, that Bukti Lord will be strong enough to support for the event only when we study from the planet, star lord and sublord 1 to 6 steps. Step 1 to 6 steps when you study, top to down when we study that planet, whether it is favorable for the event. That Bukti Lord's Dasa Lord's key planet can be playing role as the planet or star lord or sublord also directly. This having key planet of the Dasa Lord. But when we study from the source, star lord, sublord, the house grouping study, it may have some weakness. So it may not be strong enough. I mean, though it is strong, but not very, more favorable, or it can have some weakness while studying the level-wise study. Based on that only, that planet strength is present. Then only we have to check the step number 7. It means what? We have to identify a planet strength is good for the event or not with the following steps 1 to 6. After 1 to 6, when we study, then we have to check the connection between the Dasa Lord and Bukti Lord following the step number 7. In that following step number 7, we have to keep these points in mind. Sometimes the key planet will be directly playing role. Sometimes they may not be playing role directly. They may be playing role indirectly also. That we have to keep it in mind. So these are the points you have to keep it in mind in following the step number 1 to 7 in the method of analysis. So before going to the case studies, birth chart analysis for the life events, these important points in applying the key planets, we have to keep it in mind. So that's what I was explaining in the part number 7. I hope you are able to follow. And we will now move to the next chapter, that is called case studies with examples. I will be explaining in detail with different case studies following the steps whatever we discussed in method of analysis. So then you please focus on that and how I am considering all the steps one by one. So I will be taking some time in studying each chart for your better understanding the steps what I'm following. So if you follow that one, it will be more easier and you can revise that and many times so that you will understand that. Okay, so we will meet in the practical case studies with the examples. Thank you.